Recently, we have had some devastating news that just shook the world. Something so significant that everyone has felt the shift in the spirit about this. Yep, that's the one. I'm going to talk about Charlie Kirk. And I shared this with my family the day it happened because I knew before the announcement of anything happened, I knew there was a shift in the spirit. Much like there was during COVID, there was a shift in the spirit. 9/11, shift in the spirit. This is that thing also. So I'm like, okay, here we go. What is it? What's going on? And then right on the heels of that, the announcement of Kirk's death. So I asked the Lord what's going on in Revelation chapter 13. That is the beast, talking about the beast with the 7 heads, and one of those heads is going to take on a wound, what appears to be a wound anyway, and that head will rise again at a later time. It does not say how much later it'll be. Could be 3 days, could be 7 days, could be 3 months, 3 years, who knows. Anyway, that head will rise again. When that head rises again, everybody's going to be convinced. They are going to be deceived that this is the beast we're going to now worship, and the beast is going to encourage everyone to worship the Antichrist. We have been seeing what's on the media, but we all know there's something to the story that's not being told. Everyone has questions. Everybody knows they're being hoodwinked. And for as long as they can get away with it and do it, they'll keep pushing this agenda right here. This is what you'll keep seeing. They'll scream it, they'll shout it, they'll thump their chest, they'll threaten with laws and all kinds of things if you dare speak out against it and start speaking on what's there. So, Trump, I have 99.9999% whether or not he knew he was a talking head for Trump of the Antichrist is a different thing. He may not have had that discernment to know that difference, but I do believe that he was convinced of his conviction of Jesus Christ. Everything he ever said and did was all about Christ and turning people and pushing people to him, for him, to have relationship and seek relationship, not just, come to God and ask for forgiveness and carry on your life as nothing happened, but actually have a relationship with Jesus. He did push that agenda. I don't know the man well enough to be able to say this is who he is in private or anything like that, but for all intents and purposes, he, in the public image, he was all about Jesus Christ, period, point blank. That's it. So, not talking about his political aspects, is what he is with Trump and all this stuff. He believes within the secret that most Christians do about Trump. Because on the front, he says and talks a good game, but when you look past that front, that door and that veil, and see who the man is, it's a whole different story. So, I don't know how he's been able to bamboozle so many Christians, but he has. Anyway, and Charlie Kirk was probably just one of those Christians who had been bamboozled and didn't even realize it. Now, that aside, Revelation 13, head of the Antichrist. One of the heads of the Antichrist takes on what appears to be a wound, and then he is resurrected at a later date. It does not tell us how long. What I shared with my family was, this is an age in which they clone people. We know they clone people. They've proven they've cloned people. They're not even denying it anymore that they've cloned people and are cloning people right now. It's a great aspiration of theirs, and they're so proud of it. If this man resurrects at a later day, people are going to fall for it hook, line, and sinker, because look at what happened when he died. So many people who didn't believe in Jesus or who was on the fence about Jesus are now professing Jesus, and people are turning to God by the droves. And if this man should resurrect, it's not going to be Charlie. It's not going to be the real man. It's going to be his clone. The real man has his own beliefs and his own ideas and religious faith and moral values. But a clone does not have the same values of the original. It's just a clone, but they're still able to come up with their own sense of value and points of faith and everything like that. So this clone that resurrects could very easily be, and you know what, they may be using this time in between to clone him. I don't know how much time they require. I don't know. But anyway, just food for thought on this. None of this makes sense, and none of it is what they say it is. I know that for a fact. But if this man resurrects, Trump will take full credit for it. You know, the rhetoric of look at me, look at me, look at me that he tends to put on. He'll take full credit for it. And that's exactly what the Antichrist does. And the Antichrist could have, again, put the woo-woo on Charlie Kirk and brought him in under his wing and quote-unquote nurtured him in his position of power and authority on the stage because it benefited him to do so. It benefited the Antichrist to have Charlie Kirk speak and tout all of his agendas and his plans and stuff like that. He didn't care if he talked about Jesus Christ because, look, if this man can bring all the saints into his fold when his Antichrist or his beast raises from the dead, that's going to be exactly what is needed to be able to convince everyone that he was right all along.